Welcome back, everyone. Been a few weeks. I got a cold like 3 weeks ago, and the cold itself wasn't bad, but the lingering cough fucked me up pretty good. Just could barely get like 5 words out without coughing up a storm. And when that started to fade, it was still bad enough that my voice was oh shit. Um. Hmm. I feel like it's not a bad use of the Master Ball, right? Like, I just don't feel like throwing Ultra Balls at it forever. Risking the KO. I don't have status moves. And it's still got the same capture rate it would normally. I think this is okay. But yeah, I'd have to talk over a bunch of sixth graders playing their instruments, and I just sounded like this, and it's hard as hell to do anything when you can talk like that. What would I call you? But yeah, luckily I'm feeling better now, so can finally get back to doing things that I like to do. I started playing Rebirth yesterday. I gave up on the idea of finishing Crisis Core because I just every time I thought about playing it, I just felt depressed. Like I felt like, oh, here's the thing I really want to do, and here's this optional thing that I don't have to do. That just has some of the cringiest dialogue and acting I've ever heard in my life, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I think the last thing I did was Zack infiltrated like no, that's psychic. I should not have him out. Do I have a dark type on me? I don't. Oh, I do. We're good. We infiltrated like some ice snow base or some shit. I remember fighting Angeal, who just decided he fucking was gonna turn into an angel or some shit. Yeah, I don't really care much for Crisis Core. I feel like I should finish watching the story, at least on YouTube or something, because it seems like it's important. I'm pretty sure it's like super important to Rebirth, but I don't know. Maybe I should just play it on the side and try to figure it out, because that shit's rough. I don't know. But Rebirth, man, that game starts off so fucking crazy. Like I knew things were gonna be different going in, but I've done my best to avoid spoilers, as long as I have. So I had no idea about the intro being what it was. It's just a complete departure from the main story. But yeah, it's been really fun so far. I just finished up the first Kairi. Is that her name? Kairi? The green-haired girl from Remake. I just finished her first side quest, where you tell her, hey, stop being a merc or whatever the fuck, because Cloud's hella jealous that people are giving her work or something. And it's been great so far. The one issue that I'm having, which is more of a me thing, is just because I played Remake probably like 5 months ago now, so it's still pretty fresh in my head. And, I had my endgame party, which was busted and just took care of shit left and right. Could tank everything and just had all the materia and had the best weapons equipped and everything. And then, here's my Rebirth squad, and they're dying to these little minions on the overworld. No materia equipped, shitty weapons, and I'm like, man, this feels hard to go back to. Just the most basic things possible. Having 0 MP at the end of every battle, like it's rough. But it's fun. I'm enjoying it. The world is beautiful. Had to go performance mode. I've never really cared much about like the performance of the game, but seeing those stutters in that opening, that was kind of scary, and I was like, I'm just gonna put on performance mode and not worry about it. You know, my goal is to get a better PC, better than my laptop. So, you know, when Rebirth eventually comes out on PC, I'll play it again and just you know, see if my PC can handle it. But it's been a lot of fun so far, and I still feel like I should finish Crisis Core. You know, it's just nagging away at me, but I feel like I'm on the Rebirth train right now. And real talk, I don't blame Sephiroth for what he did, because those villagers, those Nibelheimans, whatever you want to call them, they were on Sephiroth's dick, bro. Like, they were like, oh, where'd Sephiroth go? He's in the mansion? Oh, the lights are off. What do we do? And like, they're forming a search party for the dude. Like, you know where he is. He's just trying to take some time to chill to himself. And they're all like, where's Sephiroth? Where's Sephiroth? Come back, come back. Sephiroth, we love you. And he, like, dude, I totally get it now. Like, I don't blame him. In fact, I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him for what he did. He was like, no dick riders need to apply here. And then he massacred the entire village. Maybe I don't agree with him entirely, but you know, I can't blame him. That's what I'm saying. Actually, there is one issue that I had with the game so far, and that was in the Nibelheim segment. Is it Nibelheim? Nibelheim? Yeah. When Cloud gets injured by the falling rubble, and then he has to limp for the rest of the segment. I get that we're supposed to feel helpless. I just feel like there's a better way of doing that doesn't bring the gameplay to a halt. Because it just felt really lame to be like, all right, here's like your first real big gameplay segment, and Cloud's just like, for like a good 5 minutes. I don't know. The part where you're crawling on the floor, that shit was cool. I liked it. I felt like I wasn't really in control that much, but it was a cool way to do it. Not really sure why they didn't shoot, but you know, whatever. The game's been a lot of fun so far. Really enjoying what I played, and happy I'm on Thanksgiving break so I can just dedicate the next couple days to it without interruption. And after that, at some point, I gotta get back to Yakuza 0. There's a ton of games that came out in the past few weeks that I really wanted to play and just didn't have the time, or in some cases the money for. Like the new Mario & Luigi came out, and I've heard mixed things. Like, it looks fun, but I've just heard, oh, it's not Superstar Saga, which is crazy to me because the game started with the best entry. And I don't really know what it is about this series that... I mean, Bowser's Inside Story was pretty good, but I just feel like they haven't been able to top Superstar Saga. And that game's like 20 years old at this point. And there's been like, what, 6 or 7 Mario & Luigi's, and they can't top it. So I'm not sure what to do about that. But I want to try it out regardless. And then there's a couple other games that have just come out that I haven't had time for. Like Mario Party's kind of one of them. But last month was all about Metaphor for me, and then Dragon Ball. I finally got back to Dragon Ball Z after taking a couple weeks off for Metaphor. But man, Metaphor, 10 out of 10 game. I feel like as much as I liked it, there were a couple things where I was like, is this the new way going forward? Because like one of the things that felt kind of weird to me was, let's go Shadow Ball and Shockwave. Like the social links, you know, the bonds, whatever you want to call them. I liked how that worked in that there wasn't like a best option. I mean, I think there was, but it wasn't like you were going to miss out on gameplay because of it. Because I'm replaying Persona 4. And there's parts where it's like, oh, I accidentally hit the wrong option, you know. So now I don't get the max points for this encounter. Which might hold you back on a later date. But in Metaphor, it was like, okay, you know, I didn't hit the best option, but the game is going to progress, the story's going to progress. You know, I just may not get the full virtue points or whatever they were called. So that's cool to me. I like that. I like that it was reduced to 8. But then it was like, there's no romance. And I was like, dude, you wrote like 3 of these storylines with a clear romance in mind. At least let me commit to it, unless you're gonna like do a sequel. And that's such a weird nitpick, I think, to just be like, but they clearly wrote these in mind with this ending, and then they were like, nah, it's cool. So I don't know. That was just a nitpick on my part. Like the game did a lot of great things, but it was just kind of the aspect where I was like, is this how they're gonna do the future Persona games, where you don't miss out on things, but maybe we do lose the romance? I don't know. I doubt they'd cut that from Persona. Maybe they just wanted to do it from Metaphor. But yeah, that game, man. So far, that's my game of the year. We'll see if Rebirth changes that. I think it might be the only game that has that possibility. I saw the Game Award nominations because those are out, and I don't know, man. I'm gonna find it funny if Elden Ring wins again. Like I never cared for Elden Ring. I played it for like maybe 2 hours, and I just couldn't get into it. And I'm not saying like it's a bad game or anything, because it's not for me. I've never really been a fan of the FromSoft battle system, combat system, I guess you could say. So I don't know, it just wasn't for me, which sucks, because I think the world is cool, but yeah, I don't know why the DLC is nominated, but I feel like that's the take that everyone has on it. It is funny to me there's like a most anticipated award. Like, just give it to Grand Theft Auto. I don't know, man. I don't know what else you would give it to. Like, as much as I want Metroid Prime 4, it's gonna be Grand Theft Auto. Like, I don't know what else to... Like, why you pretend otherwise, you know? But yeah, I don't know. There's been a lot of cool stuff that's come out, and I just haven't had time for it. So, you know, we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks, because between Rebirth and then finishing it, I didn't beat that dude. Fuck. Between Rebirth and then going back to Yakuza, I don't know. There's a lot for me to do, and I don't know if I ever talked about Yakuza Like a Pirate, no, it's Pirates in Hawaii. That shit's the funniest goddamn spin-off idea, like. And I don't think it's new for Yakuza to have crazy spin-offs like that. I'm pretty sure there was like a zombie one. So, I mean, I don't know. The Outlandish spin-offs aren't new. But I'm pretty sure this was actually canon, which is the funny part to me. I don't know, man. It's like, what do we do about this Hawaii map that we'll never use again? Hold on, man. We'll use it. We'll use it. Trust. Here's let's just turn Majima into a pirate. I'm interested in knowing if it's like an RPG or if it's more traditional Yakuza style. I saw the trailer like at this point, what, a month and a half ago or something, so I'm barely remembering it, but that game looks good. But I feel like I can't play it until I beat the first 6 Yakuza. I was cool jumping onto Like a Dragon because that was Ichiban, brand new story. You know, but at this point, I'm invested in all the characters, so I'm like, I feel like I should finish the other Yakuza games before I try it out. I don't know. Right now, that's probably my most anticipated game of 2025. Outside of whatever the fuck happens with the Switch 2. I thought we'd have an announcement by now. I remember the Switch getting announced in November, if I'm not mistaken. So, I thought this would be the month, you know, with like a March or February release. But still, nothing but silence. And, the Switch is like 8 years old now. That shit's insane to me. This console generation in general is old as hell by now. And I don't know how to feel about it. The Switch had a lot of great titles, but I never felt like it was this generation, you know. Just because, you know, it wasn't pushing boundaries like the PS5, and I mean I can't even say the PS5 and Xbox Series, whatever the fuck, were pushing boundaries because they were behind PC. But you know, like the PS5 said, okay, no more load times, and the Switch. I mean, I know the Switch is revolutionary for, you know, its whole gimmick, but it never felt like I was playing next gen games. Like the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck to me feels like the evolution of the Switch. And that came out at this point, like what, 3 or 4 years ago? Maybe less, maybe more. That felt like the Switch 2 to me. So, I don't know, it's just weird that 8 years later we're still playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You know? And I can't complain, like it's a great game, but it just feels like I've been waiting for that next step for like the past 3 years, and I'm hoping that it comes soon, because I want to see what Nintendo does with next-gen hardware. I want to see where Pokemon goes with next-gen hardware. I feel like Game Freak is out of excuses at this point, you know? Between Gen 8 being like, oh, well, that's their first 3D game, which wasn't true because that was X and Y. So be like, oh, it was their first console game. And then Sword and Shield came out just fucked up completely, and there's still performance issues with that game. I want to see what happens when it's like, okay, you know, here's a system that matches the PS4 in power. What excuses do we have now? Like the PS4 ran Rebirth, you know. So what excuses will we have after that? All right, let's keep going here. So yeah, I'm looking to see that, and I feel like it's been forever since the new Mario game. I know that we had the what's it called, the 3D World and Bowser's Fury, but that was how long ago was that? That was a while ago. And as much as I enjoyed that, it felt like, you know, like a demo for a game, rather than a new game itself. Like, it felt like, look what we have in store, versus, alright, this is the next evolution of Mario. So I'm wondering when we're getting a new one, because it's been a while. Will it be like a Switch launch title? Will it be like the holiday release? You know, I don't know. I'm just ready for the Switch 2. I feel like we've been stuck here for a while now. As for some wrestling talk, I feel like I've kind of checked out of AEW. There's still great matches, but I don't care to watch weekly anymore. Like, it's not must see for me anymore, because there's so much shit where I'm just like, what are we doing? It just feels like they're making it up as they go, which is really weird to me. And then there's this whole Costco guys thing. and like, no offense to the Costco guys, like, good for them for, you know, for securing the bag. Good for AJ for getting to live his dream and getting to wrestle in front of a crowd like that. But it just feels like the opposite of what AEW is founded on. You know, this idea of like, okay, we're the best wrestle, and then bringing in TikTok celebs to wrestle matches. And what's crazy to me is that AJ was promoting better than anyone else on their show. Like, this dude was like on the Tonight Show. This dude was making videos on TikTok and Instagram, just hyping up the match. And I was like, yeah, why is the rest of your roster not doing this? Why are you as promoter not doing this? And it just felt weird. Like, you have AEW's most advertised featured match is Big Justice versus can't even remember homie's name, QT Marshall. And then on the WWE side, you have CM Punk teaming with the Bloodline. Like, I don't know, man. I want AEW to really be successful, but it just feels like they're their own worst enemy. And like, this past from the TV, I don't even. This weird, what's it called, Jungle Boy being like the Joker and trying to break Daniel Garcia or whatever the fuck. It might be the reverse. I don't remember. Like, that was so fucking lame to me. That might just be because I hate Jungle Boy. Whatever. But I don't know. I never gave a shit about anything. And then I saw parts of Full Gear yesterday because I had friends over and just didn't have time to watch. But there were just things where I was like, I don't understand what we're doing here. Like, you had the Mariah May celebration. And she's been champ for, like, what, 2 or 3 months now? And, you know, for 2 or 3 months, I was like, oh, I can't celebrate yet. So then they bring in Mina, and it's like, alright, here's a celebration. And instead of doing it at Dynamite, they do the segment on a pay-per-view. And she turns heel there. And I just felt like, why wouldn't you have done this segment on a Dynamite so you can build up to a feud or the match here at the pay-per-view? Like, why am I watching a segment like this on a pay-per-view and not on a Dynamite? The match should have happened here. And it doesn't have to be the blow-off match. It just has to be a match. Like, that match had... not the match. The card had one women's match on it. You know, for some reason, MJF versus Project Strong was pay-per-view worthy. But not the women's title. Like, I don't get it, you know? It just feels weird. Because they pride themselves on being like, we're the best wrestler. Oh, our pay-per-views are all about the wrestling. And then you throw segments that should have been on a Dynamite or Collision. And you have the Costco guys featured on your card. And I'm just like, I don't know what we're doing here. And then the main event was like one of the biggest issues I had with AEW in general was that you had Orange Cassidy getting his ass beat for like 90% of the match. And then suddenly it's like, oh, he's going to win it immediately. And then you have like the most overbooked finish I've seen in a long damn time. Like, I don't... The Combat Club coming out, that was one thing. You know, it's like, alright, whatever, they're the heels. Then all the faces ran out. And then more faces ran out. And then, for some reason, Jay White ran out. And him and Christian had a little fight. And while this is happening, Moxie's retreating, and then afterwards, Darby Allin shows up and runs into Rams's car into the other car, and it's actually Darby Allin driving. Like, it was all like, what the fuck am I watching, dude? It felt so overbooked, and I was like, what are we doing? It sucked. And on the other end, like, you have WWE, who, for the most part, is getting people over. Like, Jacob Fatu's fucking killing it right now. You have Bronson Reed, who is finally like really getting over with people who are being featured in like these prominent storylines. You have the women's division mattering. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on where I'm like, yeah, this is this is cool. Like, I'm excited to watch this. The Bloodline storyline is continuously going for all the good and bad that goes with it. Like seeing the Bloodline reunite, I was juiced. I felt like they kind of rushed it a bit, but whatever, I'll take it. Like there's interesting stuff going on in WWE, and as interesting as things can get in AEW, there's times where I'm like, what are we doing? And I feel like I'm asking myself that question on like a weekly basis with them. I'm excited for them to go to Max. I'm kind of worried about this fight here. Big Match John's the best switch in. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm excited for the matches in AEW, but I just don't feel like I need to watch weekly anymore, and that bugs me out. I'm gonna I'll give it to the end of the year, because usually this is when it starts to get kind of back in the swing of things, but we'll see what happens. Oh, what the fuck? But yeah, that's where I'm kind of just at with that. Finished up Penguin. Damn, what a good series. It washed the taste of Joker out of my mouth, and you know, I don't want to go into spoilers, you know, but man, Sophia Falcone, 10 out of 10 villain. Penguin, 10 out of 10 villain. Even though, you know, like his whole mom fetish was kind of weird. Personally, me, I feel like as good as the ending was, I was kind of just hoping that Batman would just show up and just beat the fuck out of everyone and solve the crime, solve the problem, and just leave. And we don't need an explanation. She's like, oh yeah, it's Batman. He was working on the case behind the scenes. And you would have got like a legitimate villain perspective of like, you know, you're just doing your plan, going about your day, and then suddenly here's Batman to fuck it all up. Like, I think that would have been perfect. And oh, we can capture a Pokemon here. Heal. Bring out super potions. Let's put Calrex in the top slot here. But yeah, you know, that's where all Cacnea. All right, can't complain. I need more grass types. Level 38. God damn. That's dark grass. Can't send out my psychics. Can't send out my. I feel like this might just be overkill. I don't know. Might regret this. Just don't die. Just don't die. Rest in peace, little testicle. Speaking of testicles, I've been watching Dan the Dan. I started reading the manga probably like a year ago, and really enjoyed the first arc or two. But then the anime got announced, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna wait for the anime to get announced to release, because the fights are very detailed in the manga. But I was like, I'll just wait till the anime so I can see them, you know, animated, obviously. And that first couple episodes came out, and I was like, God damn, what an amazing, and the soundtrack, damn, the song that plays whenever Momo and Ken have a moment, I love that song. It hasn't released yet, which is like, they released like 6 or 7 tracks. That wasn't one of them, and it bums me out. It's the track that plays when Momo learns Ken's name. Man, that track hits hard, and just it hasn't been released anywhere outside of like unofficial releases where you have the anime sound effects still playing. But yeah, I've been loving Dan the Dan. to the point that I caught up. So like I'm fully caught up, and outside of the board game arc, I feel like it hasn't really had any bad points. And the board game arc itself wasn't bad. I just feel like it dragged on forever, which no other arc had done at that point. Like every other arc was pretty fast and well paced, but the board game arc just felt like it took a little too long. And I liked all the characters in it. It just, there was a point where I was like, oh, it's been a while since we've seen the rest of the cast. You know, and it wasn't even just like, oh, just Momo and Okarun. It was like, nah, it was just Momo for a while. With Homie, whose name I forgot. And I feel bad because I like the character. But yeah, like, other than that arc, I've enjoyed everything so far. Right now, the Pygmy arc, been a lot of fun. I like that when a character isn't the focus, you still see them in the background just doing fun little shit. Like, in this past issue, Vamula was like being taught how to sew by the class president. You know, just like little details like that in the background. While everyone else is like doing some crazy shit, like they're just having their own little thing in the background that shows you who their characters are. But yeah, I've been loving it. Just, I don't know, man. It's one of those shows where I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be big. Like, I could see it being the next like big shonen for the next like 5 or however many years until it finishes up. At least the anime, you know, the manga might finish up earlier. I don't know. Yeah, just, I don't know. It just, everything about it's so good. The animation's amazing. The music's great. The voice acting's great. I'm watching both dub and sub, and both are great. Like there's no real issue I've had with either. You have Luffy as Turbo Granny in the sub, and then you have Rita Repulsa as Turbo Granny in the dub. Like, it's amazing. So yeah, I've just been really enjoying Dan to Dan. Like, it's joined my rotation of like my weekly things where I'm like, all right, there's Dan to Dan Thursdays and Dan to Dan Mondays. You know, they keep me going alongside Chainsaw Man Tuesdays and One Piece. Is it One Piece Fridays or Sundays? Like, the leaks usually come out on Friday. You know, but the official release is Sunday, I think, right? I haven't watched the Fishman reanimation that's been going on. I just kind of I'm waiting for it to end, I think. Like with the anime, I got a couple episodes into Egghead, and then I just haven't caught up because I've been up to date with the manga. Like I'm caught up on the manga, so I'm just like, I know what happens. I'll wait till like I'm in a lull or something and just need something to throw on in the background. Because the animation's great, the music's been great, but I've just been like, yeah, I have stuff that I don't know what happens in. Let me go take care of that first, and I come back to the One Piece anime. And now that they're on like a 6-month break, I'm like, okay, I have all time in the world to catch up on the anime. You know, let me use this time for other things that I gotta take care of, or new things that I want to watch. But yeah, so it's like it's Dan to Dan Monday, Chainsaw Man Tuesday. I guess Wednesday just sucks ass. Then Dan to Dan Thursday, Daima Fridays, and then like One Piece Sundays. And Daima feels great. It feels like Dragon Ball, you know, more than Z or Super, which I'm totally fine with. It feels nice to just have these like this non-overpowered Goku, but he's still also super overpowered because no one on fucking Demon World can apparently handle him. We're about to have like the first major fight of the series, so that'll be cool next episode. And the preview looks fucking beautiful. I was like, god damn, look at Goku move, bro. But yeah, it's been fun to watch. The characters are just, they have that Akira Toriyama humor. Like it's just there's been so many moments where I'm just laughing because you just feel it. You know, it just has that early Dragon Ball sense of humor. I went to go watch it dubbed in theaters, the first 3 episodes, and I'm very confused because clearly the first 3 episodes are done, you know, but they haven't debuted them on Crunchyroll yet. And I thought that when they did them however long ago, it's been... Wait, was that Mount Ember? Okay, yeah, okay. So I can't catch anything here. Okay. It just feels like very weird because I would have assumed Dragon Ball at this point would be a simulcast series, and I saw the dev episodes like at this point I want to say 3 weeks ago, and I thought okay or maybe it was like 2 weeks ago. I just thought for sure like okay, when the dub episodes debut in theaters, once that run ends they'll put them on Crunchyroll, and nah, nothing. So I'm just very confused by what's going on with the dub because I thought it would be simulcast. I thought it'd be like a week after. And now we're like 7 episodes into Daima and still no English dub release. And I really enjoyed the English dub that I saw in theaters. You could hear the age on some of the characters, like Kid Goku, you know. But it still felt good to have my Kid Goku back. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Daima. I'm really hyped about the fusion bug fruit. Like they just kind of threw that in there, and I'm like, oh, what are you gonna do with it? Like, are we gonna get like a brand new form completely? Is it gonna be? It has to be Goku and Vegeta, right? Like we're getting Bug Vita, right? There's no way that it's not gonna be the two of them, you know. But yeah, I'm enjoying Daima. Like this last episode where Goku's like, oh, is that your real name? I'll start calling you by your real name. And then he's like, actually, fuck that. Nah, bro, you're Supreme Kai. I don't know. I don't even know why I tried. Like, that shit got me. I started reading Sandland because I feel like the prince has to show up here, right? And I've never read Sandland before, so maybe, yeah, I could be wrong. Maybe he fucking dies at the end. I don't know. I'm like 6 chapters in out of 14. I should have finished it by now. I started the other day. But I feel like he has to show up, right? Because, like, De Burrows is fucking dead, is he not? But yeah, sounds interesting. But Daima's, man, feels good to have Dragon Ball back. And I don't know, I'm just gonna treasure this one as long as it goes. But yeah, what's up with the dub? Like, I'm so confused about what the fuck is happening there, because why are we 8 episodes in? And I know the first 2 episodes are done, so what's going on with that? But yeah, I like that they sidelined Piccolo and Vegeta for the first couple episodes to let the new characters get a chance to develop and shine. I I think one of my favorite bits so far has just been in those first couple episodes where they're trying to learn how to fly again, and Piccolo's just like, dude, Goku, what the fuck's wrong with you, bro? Get your shit together. And then Goku's like, bro, how about you try flying? And then Piccolo just immediately fucks up and bloodies his nose. Like, that shit had me good. Like, man, it feels so good to have those characters back. How long has it been since Super ended? Like 6 years? Which sounds crazy to me. Every now and then there'll be a series where I'm like, oh, how long ago was that? And it's like, oh, I was like 10 years ago. And it feels weird. And I think Super is one of those where I'm just like, oh, how old was that series? Oh, that's fucking depressing to think about. I don't know if I talked about the Gohan Black arc in Sparking Zero, and that shit was So I've only done like 2 major alternate stories: the Ginyu on Earth and the Sparking or the Gohan Black. Both are really fucking good, but when it comes to the Ginyu Force on Earth, like, there's no way that Dragon Ball that Z Fighter squad survives, right? Like, okay, let me think. I'm trying to remember how to do this one. Like, just I know that Goku and Vegeta train together goes a long way in that early portion, but oh, I can't even capture this. I gotta kill it. Damn. But like, I don't know. I feel like there's no way that they survive what comes next. You know, the Anders are gonna show up, be 10 times stronger than everyone. I guess Future Trunks can still show up, but how powerful can they really be? You know? Oh shit! You're dark. You're dark. We gotta get you out of here. Okay. Get out of here. Get out. Tag out. Tag out. Metagross goes in. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared. What does Seatbelt do? Doesn't really matter. We're just gonna bullet punch you to death anyways. But yeah, Diamond's been great. I feel like there's really nothing else going on for me anime-wise. Manga-wise, I've been reading JoJo. I haven't read Berserk in a minute. Just had so much other stuff going on that it's kind of slipped my mind to do so. Do any of you have fly? None of you have fly. I gotta walk all the way back? Damn. What about the escape rope here? Card game wise, I've been playing Pocket, and I'm kind of addicted to Pocket. It's been a lot of fun to play and just mess around with. I like the super limited card pool right now. And it's funny to me how, like, even with the super limited card pool, there are some decks that are just so much better than everything else. Like the big ones, you know, Mewtwo, Pikachu, then fire deck of choice between Charizard and Arcanine, and Misty decks. Like Misty herself, that shit's insanely overpowered. I've been using a Mewtwo deck, just because I pulled a Mewtwo X, and I was like, alright, well, now I just get the Gardevoir line. Pulled the Gardevoir line. I was like, alright, I'm good to go. I've wanted to play Charizard X, because Charizard's my boy, but that shit is, like, impossible to pull. I feel like I pulled almost nothing but fire packs for the past, like, week or two, and just nothing. Like, that Mewtwo I got in one of my first psychic packs, and I was like, alright, let me just get the rest of the deck. And then, like, a day later, I had my Mewtwo deck. Charizard, nothing. Pikachu, I barely open Pikachu packs, but even when I do, I still get good shit. But now my issue with the Charizard pack is that I'll open it, and I'll get the same full arts over and over again. Like, I've gotten way too many goddamn full art Charmanders and Glooms. And I just need Charizard X. Just one. I could operate with just the one, you know, but I had no luck. I think the next update comes in December for, like, the next side pack or something. So that'll be cool to get some new cards in the game, but I'm just waiting for training to come in, because I got friends who are playing who have multiple Charizard X's that they would love to give me, but they just can't at the moment. But yeah, Pocket, it's almost perfect to me. The one issue that I'm having is there are certain games that just become unwinnable very early on. Just there are some Pokemon that are so powerful, like that if your opponent has them and you don't have a proper response in the first like turn or two, you just lose the resource game very early on, and then there's zero chance of catching up. And I don't know what they can do to fix that. Like going first is like a death sentence in some games. Unless you're playing water and have Misty, which is just insanely broken. But again, even that's just a gamble of, do you get what you need out of it, or do you completely whiff? So I don't know how they fix the going first issue. But I've been enjoying Pocket a lot. I picked up a Charizard League deck like last week, and I'm just missing a couple cards before I start going to locals. But like, I've been wanting to play that deck for a while, and just the League deck came out, and I was like, oh well, I'll just wait for that because it'll finish up all my staples that I need to get. So I'm excited about that. That'll be fun to get into. But I saw like it was a Pikachu card that came out in the next set, the set that is released or whatever. That shit was going for like $3,000, and I don't understand what the fuck people are doing. $3,000 for a Pikachu that isn't really usable. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, bro? How do y'all do this to yourselves? And speaking of like expensive cardboard, I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh in like a month at this point. I played some Edison games with my buddy Justin, but that was about it. Can I not kill you? Aerials. I think I'm gonna get back into Modern in December. When I get my paycheck, I'll pick up some Molkemis or Molkarmis, whatever they're called. But I'm kind of hesitant to buy anything else because I just feel like there's a ban that's coming. And it bums me out because I've heard this format's been fun to play, but without Molkemis, I'm like, yeah, I'm not even competing. You know, there's no point. There's cards that I want to buy, cards that I think would be good, like the what do you call it? The Silva. What's her archetype? The Azamina. I feel like they're really good, but the Azamina feels like it's gonna get banned in the next list. So I'm like, do I want to spend the $120 on that engine just to not have it be usable in a month? The Wanted reprints and Dia Bellstar reprints came out. And they're super cheap. It's like $20 for a set of each now, which is great. I didn't nickname it, my bad. But I'm just like, am I gonna spend $40 and then in a month not have those cards be playable? So I don't know. I don't want to buy anything new, and the Malice and the new Worm archetype, like they're all coming out in like a month, along with the Blue Eye stuff. So I just feel like I'll just hold off until all that comes out before getting back into Modern. I think right now I'm just gonna stock up on the staples that I need. So the Molkarmis and the Domain Impulse or whatever the fuck it is. Because I miss playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, I miss playing Modern, but at the same time, financially, it's not the best investment right now. Alestrals has a new set dropping in January, which I'm very excited for. I really like the Lunar cards. It just feels like they're missing stuff, and it looks like this next set will give them what they need to finally be successful. But it's just been hard to play Alestrals late because it's like the format's kind of stale to me. And I know that we got new stuff in the Shattered Stars packs, but it never felt like it was enough. It just felt like yeah, okay, this card's cool, but it's not legal for a month anyways, and it's like a preview for a card that hasn't come out yet. I don't remember this dude at all. Was I supposed to see him like before I did Mount Ember or something? Okay, let's catch something here, I guess. Actually, before we do that, let's move Tyranitar out of the top slot. Let's put Calyrex in. So yeah, I don't know. It never felt like they were ready. Level 10? Rob's gonna throw the Ultra Ball. What the fuck? Why is this level 10? Is this whole island weak like this? But yeah, I'm hoping the next set really makes Lunar good. I feel like, are they called Solar? I don't remember. Solar? The sun? The light monsters, whatever you want to call them. I feel like they had some good stuff on their first support wave, but it's still lacking things to really make it good. Water, Earth, they feel like they've consistently been the best, alongside Thunder. You know, have just been really solid. Okay, so it's a snake Pokemon. It's Cobra spelled backwards. I don't know. What do I call him? What do I call an Arbok? What's a good name for an Arbok? Solid. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just hoping this next set does a lot of hard carrying for those two types specifically. Because I feel like I've been playing Earth for like 6 months at this point. Thunder got hit really hard by the loss of by the loss of their Nexus card. So I think the new Nexus card is supposed to come out in this set, and I don't think it's as good, but is there nothing in here that I can catch? Alright, whatever. But yeah, you know, just I'm hoping this next set does a lot of good for the new stuff, or for everything that isn't Earth and Water, basically. Like, I just want those to be good. Go back to cancel? What do you mean by that? Is this like a gauntlet match? I don't remember. But yeah, I feel like card games are kind of like they're in a weird spot for me right now because I'm getting into Pokemon, but just don't have enough experience or like card library to really know building properly outside of the Charizard X deck that I have. I want to get into One Piece. I just haven't had the time to do so. What was to talk to? But I heard this dialogue 3 times. I don't remember what to do here. Is this not till after I get the? Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I'm stuck in this dialogue again. But yeah, it's just I don't know. I feel like nothing's coming out for all the card games I like till January, so I'm just kind of stuck waiting. But you know, I mean, I guess it's not a bad thing. My wallet is definitely happy that I'm taking a little bit of a break from Yu-Gi-Oh and Elestrals, but January is gonna hit hard, I guess, because between all the new stuff in Yu-Gi-Oh and the new Elestral set. So it's a big month for the games that I like. But yeah, I feel like, do I get into Duel Links or some shit? Because I don't think I want to. But it is fun to play Pocket, and I've tried Duel Links years back, probably like 6 or 7 years ago, and it wasn't bad or anything. It was just I didn't like it compared to regular Yu-Gi-Oh. But I don't like Master Duel either, so I just kind of feel like my options are limited. What do I do here? I don't remember where to go. Do I have to talk to Homegirl's dad? I know I have to find the little girl, but do I have to, like... Is there something to trigger that event? Okay, so... There's nothing else I can do here on one island, right? Wait, this is Kindle Road, right? This is all Kindle Road. Okay, so because I beat Moltres, there's nothing over there, and that's pretty much all there is on one island, right? There's Moltres. I don't know how to get there. What was that? No, what was the other button? Okay, here's the map switch. No, okay, that doesn't do anything for right now. Yeah. So here's 3 Island, and I gotta get there, but I gotta get past the bikers. Is there more on Cape Brink? Do I have to get to like L'Oreal's place or something? Man, I don't know what to do here. Okay, let's go to 2 Island again. Whew. Okay, and then there ain't much here. Is there something beyond this cut tree? Alright, let's go. I don't think there is, right? Like, just an item. Yeah, just an item. I didn't go in here, I guess. Okay, that triggers the event. The one place I didn't check. Okay. Okay, what I don't remember about the biker battle here on 3 Island is that like a match after match kind of deal? Okay, am I good to just go over there and start whooping ass? What's my badge then right now? Is it level 70? It should be level 70, right? Let's cheese it a little bit here. Okay, let's go. Let's go fuck up some bikers. Oh no, I didn't want to go to 1. I want to go to 3. Let's fuck up these bikers and go to bed. I'm sleepy. And by go to bed, I mean I'm probably gonna go back to playing Rebirth. There are some times in Rebirth where I just feel like, oh, this is the perfect nighttime game. I don't know if that concept makes sense, you know. There are just times where I feel like a game is a game you want to play at night. And times where a game is like playable at all times of the day. But Rebirth just feels like a nighttime game to me. Like Infinite Wealth, that was like mostly a daytime game. But sometimes I was like, nah, this has to be night, you know. Just a certain setting. I don't know if that makes sense. Tapu Koku, can you even touch me with that level difference? Like, on paper, you have the type advantage. But you're only level 37. Oh, that's right. No, I was thinking about the Moltres that I fucked up. Oh, no. Okay. Let's go... Yeah, let's just bring in King. Yeah, I totally thought that my Articuno was level 50 for some reason. Well, I know the reason. That wasn't super effective? What do you mean that wasn't super effective? Am I not looking at an electric fairy right here? Is it just pure electric? Oh. The fairy type exists in this game, right? It has to. It has to be have existed. I've been using that damage all game, right? Yeah, fairy exists. So why wasn't Tapu Koko taking damage? Look at this little Rufflet, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of proud of that Dan segue. Like, I was just gonna bring it up out of nowhere, but calling Cacturn a testicle felt like the way to go. Do they all just have Tapu Kokus, bro? I want to send the Nidoking, or not Nidoking, Metagross, just to get the Rock Tombs, but I feel like that's risky, and I don't need to take that risk. We'll just keep going with Metagross and hitting hard, and yeah, we ignore Sludge, we ignore the Fairy type. Yeah, it don't matter. What is your moveset? Tackle and Sludge? Like, what's going on here, bro? Biker Goon. His name is Goon. They're all named Biker Goon. And it's funny how, like, a few years back, I wouldn't have really laughed at that. I would have been like, yeah, he's a goon, you know, whatever. But now, look at all these gooners. Yeah, man. I have a Blue Sky account. Just because Twitter's gone to shit over the past year and everything. And, I don't know how I feel about Blue Sky. Like, on one hand, it's very nice to just, not have to deal with a lot of the issues on Twitter, the porn spam bots, the blue checkmark spam, the ads everywhere, the lack of moderation, the racism, the homophobia, the sexism, like all that shit doesn't really exist on Blue Sky. And when it does pop up, it gets moderated like immediately. So that's really cool. But it's also like the most white liberal SNL audience member user base. And I mean that like in the most insulting way possible. Like on Twitter, once you make it through the porn bots and the blue check marks, there's still people there who are having fun just shitting on things. It very much feels like a Reddit paradise right now. And as time goes on, I'm hoping that'll change a little more with people coming to the app. Because it's very nice. It's way better handled than Twitter right now. But sometimes I'm just like, yeah, this feels like people that unironically say the word doggo, you know? So I don't know. I'm hoping they hoping that community evolves a little bit more. Because Twitter is just not. It doesn't function when I charge my phone. You know how crazy that shit is? That there's an app that just says, "Oh, your charger's plugged in." Yeah, sorry, not gonna fucking work anymore. So yeah, I don't know. Blue Sky's been nice, but I wish the community was a little more varied. It's kind of rough to just feel like I'm in the wrong neighborhood, you know. I feel like I can't say that any nicer. Like there's some good on there. I like how everyone's finding mutuals right now, but just posting their interest, and it's like, okay, you like these things, cool. Let's follow each other, and we'll go from there. But at the same time, I'm just like, okay, I need some people that are funny here, you know. But yeah, speaking of Blue Sky, I'm gonna be controversial here for a minute, and there's an argument about whether or not reading or listening to audiobooks is reading. It's fucking not, because you're fucking listening. Like, I don't understand how this idea even exists. That's like me saying, oh yeah, I got in a car and it drove me to the gym, so I walked to the gym. Like, nah, those are two different things. I don't know, man. There's been arguments like, oh well, my family member has dyslexia, so with audiobooks she's read however many books, and I'm like, but she didn't read them. Like, her dyslexia wasn't fixed, her dyslexia wasn't dealt with in a manner. It was just you went around it. You found another way to consume a book. You didn't read the book. And I don't know why this makes me so angry, like this entire concept, but it's such a simple word with such a simple definition, and dancing around it just feels like, what are we doing? Okay, we can bypass the alchemy here. Catch whatever comes next. I don't know, man. It's weird. Like, I don't understand why it's such an issue either. Because like no one from what I've seen is demonizing audiobooks. Like, I haven't seen a single person be like, audiobooks are for fucking sad pieces of shit who fucking you disgust me for reading. Like, I've never seen that. I've never seen someone insult audiobook listeners. But just the idea that it's like, oh no, I'm reading because I listen to the audiobook. Like, no, you listen to the audiobook. You specifically listen. It's a different thing entirely. It's just, I don't know, man. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. I can't understand why your thought process would function that way. Like, it's not a bad way to consume books. I'm happy that people are doing it because it lets stories and information travel in a way that it couldn't otherwise, you know. But to claim that you're reading when you're doing the opposite is just it's insane to me, and I don't understand. No, let's keep. No, this is fine. No, let's put you here. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just because like Blue Sky is such a liberal paradise that they have to find something to be offended about over there. And they just were like, well, you know what? Someone once told me that listening to an audiobook isn't actually reading, and now I'm gonna be insufferable about it. You know, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's where we're at. You know, and I don't need to see, you know, Republican chuddery on Blue Sky, but a little opposition would be nice for these people to find actual reasons to be oppressed. I really can't think of a better way to describe them than like SNL audience members. 'Cause man, Like, if I say that, I feel like you know exactly what I'm talking about. And like, I don't know, SNL is really on at the perfect time, you know, because there ain't nothing else on, so it's like, oh, what am I gonna watch on Saturday night? SNL, I guess. Has any show ever been hard carried by its legacy as hard as SNL? Maybe The Simpsons. I don't know. I feel like that'd probably be probably The Simpsons, right? Just a show that shouldn't still exist, but does for some reason. Same thing with Family Guy. I feel like all the animated shows on Fox, actually, they're shows that have long outlived their golden years by now, and for some reason are just still around. And it's not like it's cheap, you know. That shit's expensive. It's animation. So I gotta wonder, like, why are those shows really like that important to Fox's Sunday night that they just can't get them up? I don't know. Cursula. Yeah. It's funny because I started that Armored Core playthrough and I had a lot of fun in that first hours that I played, and then just have not had time to go back to it. And every time I think about it, I'm just like, oh man, playing Armored Core would be cool. And then I do other shit with my life, and it sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck. I'm having fun with other shit, but you know. I missed what it was gonna be. Was another Cursula? Yeah. Okay. Dude, Tyranitar is such a perfect Pokemon. Like, just a beautiful design, great stats, just a great ability. Like, man, they were fucking cooking when they made Tyranitar. One of the best Pokemon of all time. Easily, like, my top 3. Top 4, maybe. Like, depending on how I feel about breathing that day. Because usually, like, Charizard's my number 1, you know, which, you know, I get. It's Charizard. But, you know, he was my first Pokemon. You know, I mean, Charmander was, you know. But, then, like, Metagross is number 2. But sometimes Breloom is number 2, you know? And then Tyranitar is number 3 or number 4, if depending on how I feel about Breloom. And Breloom is usually pretty, like, almost always number 2. You know? Just, like, those 3 are really all tied for second place. But, you know, sometimes it's a Breloom day. Well, let me see. Alright, so Charizard is number 1, right? And then you have this, like, 3-way tie for second place between Breloom, Metagross, and Tyranitar. I feel like 5th place would go to Volcarona. 6th place. What would be 6th place? I really like Ceruledge. I think it's one of the coolest Pokemon ever designed. Scizor would be up there. That's like, what, 7 now? And I really like Infernape, but, like, my issue is Charizard's already in my top 10. You know, do I put another fire starter in there? Because, like, you know, Infernape's fucking Goku. You know, like, I feel like it has to be up there. What else would it like? I love Venusaur, you know, but is it a top 10 slot? Like, Torterra's just as cool. I feel like those two are like the best grass starters by far. What would be like my? What am I like on 9 and 10? Okay, so we have Charizard. We got Tyranitar, Breloom, Metagross, Volcarona. So that's number 5. 6 is Scizor. 7 is Ceruledge. I'm gonna say 8 is Infernape. 9 is Salamence. And then what would 10 be? A lot of great Pokemon here, but what would number 10 be right now? What am I like in the mood for, you know? I feel like there's a Pokemon that I love that I'm forgetting. Maybe Espeon? Like, I feel like if I was a trainer in real life, you know, I'd want to have Espeon. It just seems cool. You know, have it be like my communications with the team. You know, I'd be like, alright guys, you know, I'm gonna say shit. My bro Espeon here is gonna use psychic telepathy to fucking make sure y'all have your field orders. Like, dude, it'd be dope. It'd be fucking dope. I feel like in real life, Rotom would be the most important Pokemon to have. Like, everyone would need one because, like, you could just get a refrigerator and have Rotom on it, and now you have food for the rest of your journey. Can Rotom house food while it's in refrigerator form? Or, like, does it have, like, organs that take this place of the inside of the freezer? Like, how does that work? Like, when it goes into oven mode, can it actually cook food? Or like, is there some weird ghost space that goes into the oven? Phoebus. How does how does Rotom function? You know, that's what I need to figure out here. Because, like, does it keep the electronics intact when it possesses it, or is it like do those become its organs and like you can't put shit inside? Because like, I'm trying to have a pizza, you know, when I'm traveling the world, and just being like, hey Rotom, here's your oven, you know, let's cook. But if I put the pizza inside Rotom, am I killing it? I don't know. I feel like I gotta think about this. You know, like, you know, obviously, like, my team would, I want to have Charizard. You know, but I feel like, well, is Charizard one of those Pokemon where it's like you have to go to Professor Oak for in this world? You know, because as far as I know, we haven't seen one in the wild outside of like special raids, right? So I don't know. Like, you know, if I don't get to start with the Charmander, what do? Like, I guess I start with my boy Breloom, you know, with the Shroomish. You know, it's like, okay, well, what's my flying type? I don't want it to be Charizard, but what if I fly in the rain, you know? What if I don't have access to Charizard? Would it be a Swanna, so that I can fly in the rain and not watch my Pokemon die a tragic death? Let's see here. What do I do here? Let's just keep you in and hit a Dragon Breath. You know, like, these are things I think about. This is what keeps me up at night, you know. Like, can a Charizard fly through a storm and be okay? Or would it die? Like, I genuinely think about this and just think, would a Charizard really be able to navigate through a storm? Or would it be like, hey, we can't continue right now. We gotta wait for the storm to die out. Or I gotta catch like a Swanna or something, you know? Okay. This is the new location, right? This is the forest, right? Bond Bridge, and then, yeah, Berry Forest. Okay, so whatever I capture here, or what I'm doing here is find a catch. Articuno's paralyzed, let's heal it. Let's put... Oh, you're all pretty strong right now. I guess we'll just see whatever pops out here. Beep, bop, 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 bop. I should have... do I want to give Articuno a fly? I don't really think I want to, but... Shinx... Oh, I never captured anything on the previous route because I kept getting Alcremies. Do I go... did I bump into anything else? I don't remember. Shit. I gotta look back after this episode ends and see if I can... No! It's okay, whatever, dude. My party's fucking loaded. We got a fucking Articuno. I can't complain about feigning a Shinx. Like, it happens. I feel like Bruxish is my least favorite Pokemon. I can't think of a Pokemon with a more unappealing design. And I like to find the silver lining in all Pokemon. Because of the idea that everyone is someone's favorite. But I gotta be real. If Bruxish is your favorite Pokemon, like, what's wrong with you? Like, you have better options to pick from. You have like 1,000 better options to pick from. Why Bruxish? Like, what's wrong? Like, for real, what's wrong with you? Like, look at Phalanx. You could have a Phalanx, bro. I could have had a Phalanx, bro. But, like, you look at Phalanx and you're like, no way, Bruxish is way cooler. Like, what's wrong with you? Genuinely. And that's the only Pokemon I can really think of that I feel that way about. Outside of Goldango. I fucking hate Goldango. I take it back. Bruxish, you're actually cool in my book. I almost said my Bruxish, but you're cool in my book because Goldango, worst Pokemon by far. I still think about how Pokemon number 1000 was wasted on that piece of shit. God damn, what a disaster. And the fact that it's so good competitively, just we could have had a Riolu, bro. I could have had a Lucario. I could have had a Lucario. How sad I am. Lucario is one of those Pokemon that's like honorable mention for top 10. And I love Lucario. It's just Lucario's fan base, bro. There are certain fan bases that will genuinely ruin a subject. You know, like the Sonic fan base, for example. You know damn well what they do. Riolu is just kind of suffering from that. Come on, bro. You afraid of this little fucker? Just step on it. What the fuck? What are you doing, Lostel? Get your shit together. Like, come on, bro. Alright, let's get out of the Sevii Islands. I feel like I've been here forever. Da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. There was a clip I saw the other day of the black and white anime where Trip makes fun of Ash for being from Pallet Town. He's like calling it the boonies and shit. And sometimes I just forget about how racist that boy Trip was. Like, Unova, that's America. And they really were like, yo, let's make this fucker racist. And like, Ash was from Japan. So that dude was a hater. Like, that wasn't like, oh, Pallet Town's the boonies. Like, nah, dude, he was straight up saying some disgusting shit about the Japanese people, essentially. I don't fuck with Trip. But yeah, that's where we're gonna end it. A lot of stuff happened tonight. A lot of nice stuff. But till next time, peace.